Most homers in Chestermere think the market is moving one way right now, but the reality underneath the surface may surprise you. Which city are you watching from today? Put it in the comments because I always like to see where people are watching from. If you own a home in Chestermere right now, there is something happening in this market most people are not paying attention to. Most homeowners hear headlines about Calgary real estate, interest rates, or national housing market. But what is happening inside a smaller community like Chestermere often moves very differently. After more than 25 years in the real estate and over 1,700 homes sold in smaller communities, I have learned something important about markets like this. Small markets do not make loud moves. They make quiet shifts that only become obvious months later. Right now, the Chestermere market is not crashing, but is changing in ways that both buyers and sellers need to understand. Homes are still selling, buyers are still active, but behavior of buyers was clearly changed compared to the last few years. A few years ago, buyers were rushing into the market. Multiple offers were common. Decisions were made quickly, and many homes sold within days. Today's buyers are slower and move analytical. They compare listings more carefully. They are far from aware of pricing. That changes alone is enough to shift how homes sell in this community like Chestermere. Because when buyers slow down, strategy suddenly becomes more important than ever. Chestermere has always been a unique market compared to many surrounding areas. Part of that comes from lifestyle. People who here for the lake, they move here for the space, they move here for the feeling of living outside this big city, while this being close to Calgary. Because of that lifestyle factor, big buyers often come to Chestermere with a different mindset. They're not always looking for the cheapest home. They are looking for the right home. But when in lifestyle market, pricing still matters. In fact, pricing matters even more when buyers become cautious. One of the biggest mistakes homeowners make in the changing market is assuming that the last year's price still apply today. Markets do not move in straight lines. They expand, they pause, they adjust, and sometimes they reset expectations. That does not mean values are collapsing. It simply means the market is finding its balance again. Chestermere is also experiencing something else that many people overlook: inventory. Changes in small markets have a much bigger psychological impact than they do in large cities. If 10 or 15 additional homes come into the market in Calgary, it barely changes buyer behavior. But in a small community like Chestermere, those extra listings suddenly create visible competition. Buyers begin comparing more homes. They feel less urgency, and when the urgency disappears, negotiations come back into play. This is where many sellers get surprised. They believe low inventory automatically guarantees a fast sale and top price, but that is not always how buyers think. Buyers today are comparing location, upgrades, condition, and price much more carefully than before. When they see multiple options, they naturally lean toward the home that feels like the best value. That is why the first 2 weeks on the market are an important period when selling a home. Momentum builds early or disappears early. When a home enters the market with the right positioning, buyers notice immediately. Showings happen quickly and interest builds naturally. But when a home enters the market emotionally instead of strategically, buyers hesitate, and hesitate is an enemy of the momentum. The truth is that best strategy today is not chasing the highest possible price. The best strategy is positioning your home so buyers compete for it. When buyers feel competition, the market does the work for you. When buyers feel uncertainty, the market slows down. The difference can mean thousands of dollars in the final sale price, and sometimes it can mean the difference between selling quickly or sitting on the market for months. Chestermere is still one of the most desirable communities just outside Calgary. The lake lifestyle, the growing neighborhoods, and the proximity to city continue to attract every year. But even strong markets require smart decisions, and homeowners who understand market shifts earlier are usually the ones who benefit the most. My name is Kevin Baldwin. I have been helping buyers and sellers for more than 25 years, and I've sold over 1,700 homes across Alberta. If you ever want a clear and honest conversation about Chest market or about selling your home, feel free to reach out directly. Kevin Baldwin, CIR Realty, 403-561-0037. Before you go, tell me in the comments which city you're watching from today and rate this story from 0 to 10.